Hey everyone, it's Karen, and I wanted to show you something that I am going to be participating in called the BookTube Spin. This was created by Rick, and I will link him below, but basically it's just a fun way to make a list of 20 books, and then I believe at the end of this month, Rick is going to literally spin a wheel that has 20 numbers on it, and whatever number he comes up with, that is what book you are going to read, and you will have, I think, February and March to finish it. So I decided to make my 20 books basically the top 20 books on my Goodreads according to the books I have not read but that have the highest ratings. So I'm going to show you what those are, and they are such a crazy mix. There is one professional development book for school. There are some religious books. Basically there was a lot more nonfiction than fiction. So what I did is I took the top 10 fiction and the top 10 nonfiction, and then I alternated them. So odds are nonfiction and evens are fiction. So let me show you my top 10. The first one is Unleashing the Positive Power of Differences by Jane A.G. Wise. And I have read other books by her. She is just so amazing. This is basically for teachers, and it's kind of talking more about how sometimes the disagreements in schools are more issues of polarity as opposed to just black and white thinking, and basically how to navigate those issues. So that's number one. Number two is The Nightingale. And I should say also that I am not reserving these books for this contest. So if I choose that I want to read The Nightingale before it comes up on this little BookTube Spin thing, I'll remove it from my list, and then this is number two. If number two is selected, I'll just bump down until the next unread book. So maybe I haven't read number three, I will read that one if I've already gotten to this one. The next one, number three, is Jesus of Nazareth. Actually, the second book in this was ranked third on my list, but I've never read the first one, so I just put that one in its place. And then the fourth one, New and Selected Poems by Mary Oliver. I love Mary Oliver so much, but I haven't read this one yet. Number five, I'm currently reading, so that's kind of what I'm saying about if I get to these before the number is, spun, then I'll just read it. This is A Swim in the Pond in the Rain, and I am loving this so much. However, that said, I'm reading it very slowly. If you guys haven't heard of this one, basically it's by George Saunders, and he has been a writing teacher at a university in New York for many years, and this is kind of his condensed version of one of his classes that he teaches. So he teaches a Russian short story class, and he has basically an intro, and then he starts with a Russian short story. And the first one, he's kind of alternating between you reading a page and then processing through it together, and then reading another page, processing through it together. And I think later in the book, you read the essay first, think for yourself, and then you'll read his essay, responding to it and drawing out what he can from it to teach writers and just to process through it. So I'm loving this one, but it is going to be kind of slow. Number six, The Collected Stories of Roald Dahl. I love him as a children's book writer, and I really enjoy the story The Landlady. I have not read the rest of his stories. I heard he's kind of an asshole, or was an asshole in real life, but we'll see if I enjoy his writing, for adults anyway. And then let's see, number seven is Becoming. I have it, but it's a long story. Then number eight, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I also need to read this month for the ARG schooling book club. So, still including it on this list, but we'll see what happens. Then Stamped from the Beginning, which is a beast, and I want to read through it slowly. What else? Number 10 is The Book Thief, which I was listening to on Audible, and then I just forgot that I was listening to it. But I did enjoy it a lot more when I listened to it on Audible. Number 11, Henry David Thoreau. Number 12, I'm just looking at my list because there's some that I don't have in this stack. I started this last night. I'm only on chapter 2, but I really like it so far. The Trials of Morgan Crow. It's the first book in the Nevermore series. And then Perspectives on an American Past, which was a book that I had in college, but I never read all the essays, and I really did enjoy the ones that I got to, so I would like to finish it. The Stand, which I started before Christmas, and I loved it, but I think I just got distracted. Then Stride Towards Freedom, which my brother got me for Christmas, and it is like the first book in this MLK list of books that was created. And then let's see, Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult, however you say her name. Then let's see, okay, and then next is this one, I Have a Dream by MLK, which is just a bunch of his speeches and other writings, probably sermons and things. And then Sith, which I also don't have a copy of, but it's like a YA dystopian sort of thing, I believe. And then The Universal Christ, which I've started, by Richard Rohr. I love this so much. Richard Rohr is a Catholic, but this book is very woo-woo Catholic, which is like my jam. I love that so much. And I have started this, but it's another book that you just want to take in slowly, and so I haven't gotten too far into it. And then finally, All Rise for the Honorable Perry T. Cook. This was a book that our kids read last year at school, and because of COVID and stuff, I never got to finish it, but it's obviously very highly rated on Goodreads. So those are the 20 books that are part of my list, and I'm curious if you guys are doing this, and what are your 20 books, and also like how would you select your 20 books? Like I just took the top from Goodreads, but like what's your strategy? 20 books that you want to get to but you haven't like found the motivation to get to, or I don't know, 20 classics. Like what are you thinking? I'm so curious. So make a video response or leave your comments below, and I will talk to you later. Bye.